What's up, everybody? How's it going? Can you guys hear me? Hopefully there's no mic issues. I haven't taken a trade today yet, so I'm just looking at the indices right now, and you can see the day has been pretty interesting. We took out the previous day high here on NASDAQ, right? And we left an equal high here on the S&P. And you can see now YM has kind of just been in this range, right? We've been kind of seek and destroying, so taking out both sides of the range. And my eye is actually looking at previous day low here, and potentially some of these higher time frame sell side liquidities, right? So far on the day, though, I'm flat. I didn't get a chance to get involved in NASDAQ longs or YM shorts so far, just kind of watching what price does. But I am interested in potentially trading YM towards this previous day low. But the daily profile so far is not amazing for that for me, to be frank. So just watching this chart right now, right? I'm seeing we have this new candle open at 11. I'm watching the low of this candle. You guys take anything today yet? Where can I learn to understand this? You can like watch my YouTube channel. I teach on YouTube. I have a Discord. I have Twitter. All my socials. I teach like my model. I'm good. I was quite sick last week and a bit of this week, actually. I've been quite sick, but I'm feeling much, much better. You take EU shorts? No visible face properly. Is that better? I just added myself back to the stage. I don't know. On my screen, it seems okay. Ooh, I can just see my face. Seems okay on my screen. I'm looking a bit sick anyways. Everyone's been getting the flu though, eh? Everyone's been getting sick. YM to previous day low here looks pretty good. It's a pretty nice signature we're getting as a continuation. This 988 level is very interesting to me. I want to see how YM reacts to that level. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of range left for me to trade in and cover. So I'm just watching kind of this, previous day low on YM to see how price reacts down there, essentially. But yeah, so far there's been no real entry model for me to get involved. It's one of those days where I'm just watching for the most part. Is the aspect ratio messed up? It might be it's because it might be a vertical broadcast. Yeah, it could be a vertical broadcast that it's going with. Let me see. Let me see if I can change the aspect ratio. Yeah, it's vertical. I think it does that for like phones and stuff, but it should be able to. You should be able to put it onto horizontal as well. Like that shouldn't be an issue. See if there's a way you can change it to a different aspect ratio on yours. If not, yeah, if not, it's gonna be a really weird ass aspect ratio. But you should be able to see my screen, like my chart at least. Yeah, my next draw is like literally YM to the previous day low. I don't really see a way to get there in terms of like an entry technique here with good risk to reward, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. You can see here that Nasdaq ran above into this previous day high quite aggressively. So now we're seeing a retracement off that high. Right, so maybe Nasdaq comes in and retraces some of this while YM takes out that PDL. You can see Nasdaq has this opening price here to fill in at 6 a.m. at Devil's Mark. It's pretty interesting. I think the next best draw is just YM to previous day low, right? That's what we'd anticipate to see at least. There's just not much of a way for me to get there right now with good risk to reward, right? Unfortunately, like we're so deep in this range, I'm just going to be watching probably price action deliver into that just because there's not a great entry model for me here. And it's just as simple as that, really. Like I don't have a great entry technique to get involved in that short. I didn't like the reversal off the highs, like in terms of my entry model that I teach. I don't really get like the problem was Nasdaq didn't give me a great reversal. It kind of just chopped into this expansion. So I had to kind of watch this happen without me, which is fine. I just don't get involved. I still think the best asset to trade though into the low is YM. For me to get involved, I would need to see a new like fractal, right? So I need to see like a new reversal candle of some sort. Yeah, so I just looked at the setup of the stream. There is a landscape and a portrait mode. So one of the streams is going to be on like landscape, which would look better. So what I would do now is I'd wait to see some if we could come back into the range, right? I look to trade a continuation lower. So I would need to see price retrace into the range here. Like you can see how it's doing right now, right? Yeah, 15-minute gap would be great. Yeah. Just seeing some sort of internal retracement. Now it's really deep in the range, right? So it's quite bearish, but that would be the only thing I could utilize to get involved. Or else I'd have to just watch it, because for me, I need a new fractal now to trade. Let's see, we come into this small gap in here. This looks like a continuation of this next 15-minute candle. If you look at it, we're opening, forming a wick high, trading lower. We're just going to watch essentially our reaction from our previous day low here. Maybe there might be an opportunity to trade back into the range, especially on NASDAQ, but at the moment, I got to see something in terms of a new invalidation. When the market moves without much reaccumulation, that's where it's a little bit harder for me to get involved personally, right? What risk to reward? Generally a 2 to 3R risk to reward is sufficient for me. I don't aim for like crazy RR, but like 2 to 3R is good. What about you? What do you aim for usually? Yeah, anything above 2R is good for me usually, generally speaking. What is wrong? No, it's there's two different orientations. So there's landscape and there's portrait or whatever. I think you have to flip it on yours. So this one right here is gonna like it has two links, I believe. Not entirely sure, but don't quote me on that, but I believe that's how it works. So you have to adjust which mode you're watching it on. I'm not on the phone. No, I'm on my laptop. So I'm watching this 15-minute high, right? That's where we might see some reaccumulation potentially. Yeah, we might be able to frame some sort of continuation. Right, you can see YM takes out this high. So it's really just seeking destroying this range. Right? So we're going from external to external. Now we're leaving the failure swing of previous day low. NASDAQ hits previous day high and gives a reaction off of it. But here in the range, it's not that clear. I don't know what, like here in the range, I don't take a trade. I need to wait for something more meaningful. Right, so we're just consolidating here. Lower time frame still. Maybe YM wants to go for that low now. But again, if there's no new fractal, I won't be able to trade it. I think we just watch this reaction on previous day low here. How do you avoid overtrading? I only trade when my edge presents itself. And if my edge doesn't present itself, I don't take a trade. It's really simple. Like my edge is quite mechanical, so I know exactly what I'm looking to trade and what I'm not. It's as simple as that. You can't really overtrade when like you have a specific way to get into the market and a specific way to get out of the market, right? It prevents overtrading. You know what you're looking for essentially, right? So right now, a good draw on liquidity for NASDAQ is going to be back to its daily open, and then YM, that previous day low, right? Any giveaway? Yeah, I'll do a couple giveaways today, actually. So after we see this draw play out, I'll do a giveaway. Let's see if YM wants to make its way into this low here. Bro, I need a funded account. I'm grateful I want it. All right. Let's do a couple giveaway winners. That sounds like fun. The first person who can tells me what level I have marked out on YM here. What is this level? What's that level? Yeah, PDL. Nice. Okay. Sell side liquidity. I like that. I like PDL. Okay, I'm gonna flag some winners. Support? Yeah, that's a fair definition. You can call it support. Do you trade technical analysis or fundamental analysis? I trade using just technical analysis. Yeah, I don't use fundamental analysis in my trading. Right? This is why we're waiting for a new fractal to get involved because, again, price can do whatever it wants here. And you can see it's failing to deliver that low, right? Yeah, so mostly just technicals, just technical analysis. It'll be Aqua that reaches out to you. I don't do the giveaways personally. Aqua does them, right? So yeah, when I submit the winners, they will reach out to whoever wins. The winners are starred, so I already marked out one. Yeah. I'll do one more giveaway near the end of the stream, so in about 30 minutes. So again, really the draw on liquidity for me is the YM to this low, but I need to see some sort of reaccumulation first. There's nothing in here for me at the moment. The screen is small. It's because it's a portrait mode. Yeah, you have to. There's two links. There's a landscape and a portrait mode. So like the vertical broadcast layout is gonna look smaller. The winners are MJ, Johnny, and Al Hassan. You did win, yes. I'll do 2 more winners at the end of the stream. I'll send a screenshot to the Aqua team as well. I always do that at the end. My typical trading day, I only trade like the New York AM session typically. So I wake up, I analyze my charts, and then I find a draw on liquidity. Right, if you guys watch any of my YouTube stuff or like my trading model, I do the same thing every day pretty much. So not much changes. Same thing more or less every single day. This in here is very choppy. I'm expecting it to go lower, but there's no real fractals for me to trade. Like there's nothing for me to get involved in with here, guys. So I'm just watching. Yeah, I'll do one more giveaway at the end of the stream for sure. This is a day where I'll probably end up staying flat, guys, just because there's not much for me to trade towards, right? Like there's no new fractals in here, and we're very low in this range. As you can see, YM came all the way down here, failed to take out the low, came all the way back up. It's just like very choppy, right? I didn't get a haircut. No, I need one. Shut up. Do you offer trade debates? I don't know what platforms Aqua offers. I believe so, but the giveaway, like if you have a giveaway or you get an account, they'll tell you on their website which like platforms they offer. Yes, of course. You saw my mentorship videos? Appreciate that, bro. Hope you learned something. Let's see if we can get this moving to sell side. I mean, that's going to be the next draw, but there's just no way for me to get there. Personally, for me to trade. Will I do a discount for my Discord? I'm not entirely sure. We might do something for Black Friday, potentially. So you can stay tuned for that, yeah. Right, so ES and NASDAQ to the daily open and YM to this low is where we're looking. I've been trading for like 5 years. That's the experience I have in the market since 2020. Yep, just lots of time. Time on the charts is the ultimate experience, right? All right, let's see. Let's see if we get this move into the previous day low. Again, nothing for me to trade in here, but just watching it. What was my best trading month or year? Like high 6 figs, probably. Yeah. Couple $100K. I had some good months. It all balances out in the long term, right? Your expectancy, but today's hard to be bullish. I mean, today's hard to be either. Like I've been bearish on YM, but I didn't catch any of this, unfortunately, still. All right. The first person to tell me their favorite asset to trade is a giveaway winner. What asset do you guys like to trade? Put your favorite asset in the chat. NASDAQ? Ooh, gold. I don't trade currency pairs. I just trade index futures, personally. Yeah, like you see me trading YM, NASDAQ, ES, that's what I trade, like index futures. Here's where we'd like to see YM give that final delivery lower now. Again, there's nothing for me to trade in here. I can just watch it, but we would expect to see that low. Chopping into it though, right? You don't want to long anything until this low is taken, essentially. That's the most important thing. You want to stay out of longs until we come into these lows. Because that's where the market is clearly driving towards. It's just doing it in a very choppy way, right? I've actually never really gotten much into gold. A lot of my students like trading gold, though. Personally, I never got into it, but I can see it. It's been moving pretty clean. So let's see if we can get this move into these lows. 993, 988, right? These lows are the 4-hour lows, previous day low. I think we should get that move right here into 988. Yeah, Nasdaq definitely moves like a beast. Nasdaq moves crazy. High volatility. I mean, index futures in general are high volatility. Gold gives you more volatility in like the overnight sessions, though, right? Like Asia. A lot of my students like trading gold overnight. I already did, yeah, account giveaway winners. My next stream I'll do more. Every stream I do like 5 account giveaways. So if you're on those streams, you have a really good chance. There's not many people who come to the stream. So, all right, so there's that previous day low here on YM. That's kind of the level we want to see. I don't know if we hit it yet. Pretty close. A couple points away. And then on Nasdaq and the S&P, we're watching this open, right? The daily open. Your NQ chart's delayed. Do you have a most up-to-date data for it? You have to purchase data, right, to get the most up-to-date charts. Look at YM here, just wicking off that low, leaving equal lows. Really, really choppy delivery into this low. Yeah, your data might be an issue if you're experiencing like delay on your NQ chart. This is extremely choppy. It's very unlikely we leave a failure swing here, but again, this is what happens when you're entering off like no clean fractal, meaning there's no clean manipulation before you get in. Sometimes it can be pretty choppy into your levels. Like this here is pretty painful, right? For most people who are in the market short. I was looking for a sell on YM, but nothing really materialized for that. Yeah. So I'm flat at the moment. I'm not in anything. You can see YM's manipulating off this low, right? Equal lows on the daily chart. You expect it to come down into this low eventually. I'm going to watch to see what happens at this previous day low. Because right now we have an SMT at the previous day high. So NASDAQ took out previous day high. I'm anticipating YM will take out the previous day low, right? So we're going to have divergence on essentially both sides of the market. NASDAQ leaves these lower time frame failure swings here. Is it possible to describe a precision swing point? Yeah, I have a full YouTube video on just that. Yeah, you can see here, right? Price is really manipulating around this low. These equal highs up here too. Again, very, very difficult to get involved here, in my opinion. What if emotions affects of you? Probably just fear of missing out. Like everyone feels FOMO to some extent. It's probably the number one, right? Is fear of missing out. But you just gotta like recognize you have a model and you gotta trade within that model, right? Your model keeps you into trades, it gets you out of trades. Once you accept that you have that, then you're largely okay. So we sweep out this previous 15-minute candle higher, the YM. That's your precision swing point. Might be a continuation. See your price trades lower off of it. I'm not really interested in shorting YM this close to the draw, no. We're too close to the range low. I'm interested to see if NASDAQ wants to reach into these lows down here. The draw on liquidity for YM is this previous day low. It's just very messy into this previous day low, right? So there's not much for me to trade in here. The only mechanical model I have is right here, actually. So shorting right now to the previous day low is the mechanical model. And it looked like this. But the problem is the risk to reward is not good. It's only a 1 RR trade for me, right, to the low. That's for that reason I won't take it. If I had a higher risk to reward, I would take it. How do you stay disciplined while trading? Well, if you don't stay disciplined, you're gonna blow all your accounts. So it's the pain. You choose your pain, right? That's all trading is choosing which pain you want to suffer and endure. Pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Both are painful, right? So this would be your entry for YM, right? If you're taking this kind of setup, but the risk to reward is not good for me. So the reason I don't take this is because the risk to reward is not good for me. I need to have at least 2 risk to reward. How do you guys manage your discipline when you're trading? Like, what strategies do you use? You got to eventually choose your pain, right? Either you follow your rules or you lose lots of trades, right? That's all it comes down to, really. This really should deliver this final leg into previous day low here. I'd be very surprised if we didn't. It's really choppy, but there's nowhere else price is really drawing into. Extremely choppy, though. Deep retracement here, yeah. Long? I would definitely not long here, no. I would not be interested in taking the long. But failing to come into these lows is crazy, right? You can see just how choppy it is at these lows, which is why I don't take any of these trades in here. For me, it's just manipulating too much near the low. Not interested in it. Until this low is hit, though, PDL, I wouldn't look for anything else, guys. Yeah, leaving this low here is pretty sus. Let's see what happens. Right, look at all these relative equal lows down here too. NASDAQ. That's pretty suspect as well. We'll see. Price could make a retracement here, right? Could come all the way up into this internal. Manipulating away from the low here with a swing point, right? Scalping as a beginner is very risky. I agree. It's better to have a positional like bias in the higher time frames. Yes, for sure. Anyways, right, you can see nothing in here is very much that interesting to me. Like all of this looks pretty bad. And YM might come into these eyes after failing to take out this low, which is crazy. Why I'm just 50 minutes. I just want to fade the equal lows. I don't want to trade long away from these equal lows. That's it. I don't really want to trade long in like on this asset anyways, right? And this is the strongest asset right now. So yeah, I'm still bearish. I'm probably not going to take any trades, guys. It's coming up to noon. Noon's when I usually close the charts. So yeah, I probably won't take a trade today. Today I'll stay flat. It's interesting. I watched price for like 3 hours today and didn't take any trades. So nothing really fit my model today, guys. The most common psychological mistake a beginner makes is trading something that's not their model. Simple as that. Right? Just chasing price, not really understanding what their exit criteria are, how they get into trades, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can see we're about to open 12, and this really just a large accumulation candle. Again, for me, like this is still bearish on YM given this close. Like I'm still quite bearish, but YM's clearly like retracing off of these lows here, right? So We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't like the idea of going long on this asset away from the low, but we shall see. Yeah, it's oftentimes better to not force it, dude. If you feel like you're forcing it, it's probably not right. When you know exactly what gets you into the market and gets you out of the market, that's the key, right? Like today, nothing got me into the market on either side. I saw lots of different trade ideas, but nothing really got me into the market. Yes, 1 hour candle closes as that 2-stage PSP, correct? It just sucks that it's trading away from equal lows, right? We have equal highs at previous day high. It's brutal. All right, I think that's it for me, though. I'm not going to take any trades. I don't want to keep staring at these charts simply because I'm not taking any trades. But I'll be back for my stream on tomorrow at the open, and hopefully I'll take a trade. Today I didn't get to take anything. Just nothing fit my edge. But I'll announce the giveaway winners to Aqua. They'll reach out to you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow, okay? Have a good one, guys. Peace. Hope you learned something.